2, 1.
Hello, and welcome back to our eighth episode of But Mostly Hip Hop. I am your girl, Naja Damas, the time traveler.
And I am N. Dot Mills, aka Illmatic Goddess, but I'm not a time traveler at all.
Illmatic Goddess is in the building. This is our eighth episode. I'm feeling pretty good about this. How are you feeling about episode number 8? And how was your week?
Ooh,
Two
episode 8.
questions.
I'm excited because it's a big episode for us. And my week, as you know, there's exciting things coming up. Your birthday is coming up, but more importantly, before your birthday, we all know about this. We'll see Nazir Jones grace the stage with her sister. And I will say everything is going the way it's supposed to be going. My hair is
Perfect.
laid, my nails
Yes.
done. I'm out
Let's
here
look at
looking
this
like
new do.
Illmatic Goddess representing my set. So I love it.
Yes, you look beautiful. You look very good. I love the hair.
Thank you. Now
You've been
how
looking
was
real
your
good on IG, just so you know. Been looking really glossy. So,
listen, that's how we do it.
yes, yes.
How was your week?
Well, I had a really good week. I want to take my little use my 2 minutes of banter to let you know. I'm introducing a segment called Comment Section. Comment shout outs, okay? And I want to tell you the shout outs that we got from the comments.
Woo! I'm excited.
So this is my fault for not writing her name down. But do you remember the groups Doggies Angels? Oh God. Okay.
Yes, maybe a little bit. I
Snoop Dogg had a group
yes, I was gonna
called
say Snoop.
Doggies Angels.
Yes.
Yes, he had a group early 90s. They were called Doggies Angels. It was three girls, very beautiful women, but one of them was in the comment section on I think it was Drink Champs post, and I said something to her. I was like, "Oh, we got a legend in the comments," and she replied back and she said, "Thank you." Okay. So yes, okay. Second, we have I don't know if you're familiar with DJ Nabs.
Mhm.
DJ Nabs, I know him from Crisscross album. He did DJ Nabs break on Crisscross second album. He's
Mhm.
also a well-known DJ in Atlanta, I think, outside of Atlanta as
Mhm.
well. But I said what up though to him, and he gave me the praying hands back and said much love.
Yeah.
Yes. And then third, and you might like this. I did follow Illmatic lip gloss. I also followed Destiny Jones. She did a little makeup tutorial. She did her face. She looked gorgeous. I commented, I said, "This looks really good on you." Your homegirl commented back and she said, "Thank you," with the praying hands. So Nas's daughter commented on But Mostly Hip Hop Podcast. You're getting closer to Nas's daughter already likes us. She did not follow, but that's coming. So
It's
there
coming.
you go.
It's coming, Destiny, and I promise I'm gonna be a dope stepmom. Just so you know.
So yes, that's my little segment called our comment section shout out. So we blowing up.
I love it. Oh, speaking of which, we have to talk about some of these Mount Rushmores
Okay.
that we've gotten on our YouTube
Please.
comments. So please
Please.
comment on your YouTube. So one of them I found was interesting because they love Lauren Hill, and I do love Lauren Hill, as you guys know, but they really love Lauren Hill because that was their number one
Yeah.
artist. So I said, and I replied back, I do love Lauren Hill. She's probably like my number two. Nas is my number one, and they was like, Nas is top two,
Yeah.
and my homie Slim,
Mhm.
he who broke my guidelines, but it's okay because Instagram said I can't limit my DMs to Nas and Michael B. Jordan. So
Not anymore. Open them up.
not anymore, but I will prefer, if you guys don't mind, that you do it on our page just to help us out.
Please
So,
do.
we will support you. You got to just support
Get
back.
out her DMs. Come to the comment section. I
Yep.
told y'all she hanging out in the comment section.
I really do. But he has Jay-Z on
Okay.
there,
I'll take
Rakim,
that.
KRS One, and Biggie, which I didn't, and I'm sorry, in Pac. I'm sorry, Pac, not Biggie. It was Pac.
Okay. I was gonna say Biggie and Pot. You can't have Biggie and Pot. That's like pepperoni on pizza.
Mhm.
So you can't have both. You gotta choose. Okay. So he chose Pac over Biggie. Okay.
Yep, and I didn't fault him because Nas wasn't up there. See how I'm a respectable queen.
Yeah.
Whatever your Mount Rushmore is, it's your personal Mount
So
Rushmore.
give me the list again because it was broken up. Give me all
I'm so
four again.
sorry. It's KRS One,
Mhm.
Jay Z,
Mhm.
Tupac, and Rakim.
So he was born 1970, what, like late 70s?
Yeah, he's around my age.
Yeah, because people born in the late 70s always have Rakim and KRS-One on their top five, always. Or Scarface. Those are like the three. That's how I know you was born late 70s. And then when you mix it in with Tupac or Biggie or something or Jay-Z, I'm like, okay, yeah, late. Got to be like 70, between 76 and 80. So, but okay, that's a solid list. I will take that list. I would
Mhm.
definitely take that list.
It
Okay.
was pretty good. I
Yeah.
thought I thought all of them were good. I feel like I'm missing one more, but
Mhm.
I promise, just because I missed it right now, we're gonna have another episode.
I
We'll
love
circle back.
that. Yeah, I know that I was reading the comments and someone said I think they asked Snoop who was like your greatest, who's the best MC. He said Rakim, and somebody in the comments said, "Can somebody explain to me why people love Rakim so much?" And I couldn't explain it because I never I couldn't explain it. But everybody was just telling like cuz he did this, he changed music, his flow. People had a lot of good things to say about Rakim. So Rakim is definitely like, when you think about the greatest, you definitely think about Rakim.
Absolutely, and we could probably do a breakdown on that
We
on another
will.
episode
Yeah,
because I
we will.
have an antidote. And I don't know if you heard, but I had heard it recently regarding Rakim. So
Okay. All
we
right.
have a
Well,
teaser.
comment, please comment right now. Your Mount Rushmore. Comment your top four or your top five of all time, your favorites, or even if you don't think there's your favorites, but they deserve to be on Mount Rushmore, we'll take that as well. Stay out of her DMs. Comment. She's in a comment section. She's hanging out. She's waiting for you there. All
Mhm.
right. Let's go ahead and get into our news stories this week. So, your homeboy, Canada's favorite, Toronto's own, the Sixth God, is around here dropping music. He's dropping leaks. I don't know if it's considered a leak because he dropped it. But yeah, what's going on with your boy dropping music? Did you get a chance to listen?
So I did, and as y'all know, I listened a million gazillion quadrillion times to make sure
Oh,
I
good.
heard what I heard.
Gotta hear it. You gotta hear it.
So one thing, this rollout for this 100 gigs is very interesting to me because I feel like it's unprecedented. Because
Yeah.
most times you just drop it already, but he's dropping it little by little.
Yeah.
Um,
It's weird
he
you said
has
that. They changed the way that music is now. Promotions is how we grew up with it happening, a single, and they promote the album, but now you just drop the music, and so now when people promote it and lead up to it, it feels weird, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, absolutely. Now, what I will say, out of everything that I heard, because the other two, it's really his normal natural flow. But
Yeah.
that no face goes hard.
Okay.
I will listen to No Face again and
Sing the
again
hook.
and again.
Sing
I
the hook.
really like it. Listen, not that good because y'all know. Let me tell you about me. I can rap.
What they keep saying,
Other
it's time to
people.
be patient. And so many people we turning the tables. Don't cap off our plans, but we'll say that for later on. Hush, you keep saying they know that they played it wrong. Katie just text for the fuck are we waiting.
Oh, you don't want to touch too much. And I don't want Six God to sue us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we want him to listen, watch, but I don't want him to sue us just yet.
he won't.
But if y'all have what's that plot twist? You have to tell me about this because you don't want to put me onto
Plot
it.
twist. It's his Finsta, which is basically like your burner account or like your side account, like just the account you don't, yeah, not it's like your backdoor account. Yeah. Like, so that's why I'm surprised he only got 400 subscribers over there, but yeah, it's his Finsta. It's a private burner account. Plot twist.
And
I
it's
like that
crazy.
name.
I like the name, but I'm gonna tell y'all about me. I'm never gonna pick like the commercial single. I don't know why, because I do
Yeah.
like commercial songs. As we
Yeah.
do our podcast, I'll talk about them. But the one that I like, No Face, is the one that has the least amount of listens to. But the one that
Okay.
sounds to me like most of the Canadian
Mhm.
rhythm, that one
Yeah.
has. But it's I mean it's a Drake song.
Let me
It's like
yeah,
a
I mean,
commercial Drake song. He does this little Toronto, Canada thing. He's talking about, about the women that have had the pleasure of being in and out of his bed
as
and
as always.
living his best life. Because I think that's what it is. It's just I hear him do that kind of music so much with No Face. He's actually rapping. He's talking
Yeah.
about being in the he's he's rapping like he's in the trap house. He's ready how people expose themselves, how they really had that jealousy in them. It's kind of a sneak diss to Kendrick Lamar without saying it fully.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it sounds like all the songs he puts out, like the singing one, which I actually did like that one. I guess it's the
Hmm.
Canadian, this what's it,
Yeah.
Circuit, whatever. I actually
Yeah.
like that one because it took me back to like a place where I used to just sit and listen to Drake in my headphones and just like, cry over my dude or something like that. It took me there. So not really, I didn't cry. Come on, I'm a thug. But no, it did take me to a certain place. It took me to like a dark Drake place that I used to like. I used to have fun in that place with him. So it took me there. So I actually liked that song the best. The middle one, which I guess since we're calling it the middle one, SOD Drake, that
Hmm.
sound like typical Drake. Let's see
Hmm.
here.
It wasn't like
Okay, what is it?
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, sing it. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not getting the songs mixed up. Yeah, sound like typical Drake.
It's,
It. And then No Face sounds like that's probably the best one, but it still sounds like something Drake would make.
mhm. And I will tell you, if this one blows up, do you think Not Like Us will go away?
So no, I don't think if which one blows up, because these three aren't going to blow up. Because if they were
Okay.
going to blow up, they'd have been blown up by now. So
Mm.
this is I don't yeah, these aren't going to blow up. These are the teasers. These are Drake is back in the studio. This is Drake is giving us something, but this is the tee up. This isn't the one that he's trying to shock the world with. This isn't
Okay.
it. These are the decoy songs. These cuz they got lots of views, but these have not blown up at all. So no, these aren't going to blow up. It's been 5 days. They're not going to blow up. Not Like Us is still on top.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, which
Mhm.
I'm going to put this back to you, do you think that he is going to, because you said you said that he sneak this Kendrick. Do you think that he is going to ignite the flame on the beef? Do you think he's going to come back? Does he have something cooking?
I have a feeling this dude has something burnt bacon in the oven, and it's gonna shock the world because that beat, I want to say that was 40. It was 40 and him in the studio, and they were talking
Yeah.
about the beat. That beat was sick.
Yeah.
Beat was sick. And then when he was like, he's like, yeah, I feel like that was a perfect beat for him. And then 40 says, when you said Kendrick, I was like, yeah, that's his. So you already know.
Is that is that the video talking about him and Kendrick song together? Did you hear
Uh-huh.
to him? Did they play the song? I didn't hear it.
No, they didn't play the
Okay.
song. All
Gotcha.
they
Gotcha.
played was the beat, but the beat sounds like
Okay.
the Kendrick diss. And I'm not gonna remember the name of the song, so my apologies. My when I say little, he's like in his 30s. So ladies, he's not look like little, and he's taken.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to holler at my brother. But my brother put me on to a song with Kendrick and J. Cole, and they're rapping over each other's beats, and this thing is,
Oh,
I
I've
want
heard
to
that
call it
before.
face
Oh,
off,
I've
but
heard about that. Yeah.
it's not called face off. I have the
Yeah.
name, but it escapes me at this time. So I only want
Face Off would be a
I
dope
really
name.
want to know what I just want to know what it sounds like. I want to hear the verse because when Drake is in battle mode, well, only really
Mm.
with oh boy, Meek Mill, but when he's in battle mode,
I,
he's
I think he was in battle mode with Pusha T too. I just think Pusha T won, but I think he was in battle mode with Pusha T. I liked his freestyle he did against him. I liked his diss track against Pusha T. He just didn't win,
yeah,
but he was in battle mode. He
yeah.
was. He
He
was.
definitely didn't win because he had to get Jazz Prince to kind of step in.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And Drake. Let me really quick. The song that you heard, because they're saying that Drake and Kendrick has an unreleased song together,
Mhm.
and he's going to release a song with Kendrick. Okay, all right, all
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, so
I'm
that's
hyped
the
for
song.
that.
I'm so sorry. So the video that I see, it's a video, it's a beat. It's him and 40, and there's another guy in the studio. I'm not sure who the other guy is.
Yeah.
The beat is all they're vibing off of right now.
Okay.
Drake has this look of pure bliss on
Is
this nigga's
this
face.
old footage?
It has to be in that 1,000 gigs stuff. So I'm
What?
assuming
Oh, gotcha. Is a
I'm
thousand gigs his new album, or is that just?
that's
I need to
gonna
do
be
more
that's what it
research.
seems like because so if you guys remember maybe second episode, I was talking about he was talking about clips. He was he was bedroom talking about Serena and all of that. So this
Yeah.
on this drive, he has a drive with all these
Oh,
songs, all these
gotcha.
videos, him recording in the studio, which is always crazy to me because when documentaries are made, I'm like, how did you know that this was going to be the moment? But I guess he's probably one of the people that always has a film crew with them because they were,
Something
like
like
I said,
that.
it was like the first reaction. And just like how I hear new music, I'm like, that's how
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
And I said, 40 made the comment like, oh, when I heard that beat and you said Kendrick, that
Yeah.
fits. I feel like that
That's
be released, and
yeah.
then
Yeah.
he about to be in this dude's behind.
Something
It's gonna be a wrap.
something is going to happen. Listen, I know that we want to say that Kendrick Lamar won. He has won the battle, but it is a war. And you know what I'm saying? It's Drake might win the war. Listen, I'm a fan of both. I always say that. I'm a huge fan of Kendrick. I'm a huge fan of Drake. So I feel like I don't want anybody to think I'm taking sides. But when Drake got quiet after Not Like Us came out, what do you do? What do you do when a song just takes on a life like that? You wait for it to die down and then
Mhm.
you come back because nobody's listening to it. Like if you listen to battle rap, you wait till the crowd stops cheering before you get your next line off, right? You don't say a good line over a cheering crowd. You wait till the crowd quiets down, you say your next line. Drake has more music. He's but you have to wait for the crowd to, you got to wait for that damn Not Like Us to die down, which it finally is. And then he's going to come back out. And Kendrick had so much music. He had like 20 songs locked and loaded, ready to go. But he stopped after Not Like Us because he didn't need to do anything else. But now he can't release those songs. They're going to be dated, right? So it's like Drake iced them almost. Like you was hot, you was on fire. Not Like Us took off. It's the song of the summer, but Drake iced them. So now that's died down, and now I think Drake coming back in the ring. Like, all right, let's go round two. I think Drake coming back. Drake ain't giving up like that. He ain't not that easy. No.
And it's crazy. He didn't take my unsolicited career advice about just going in a movie and being on the soundtrack and be the lover
Mm-mm,
boy that he wants to. No, no, no. Drake wants to
no,
fight. So
he wants to fight.
I want it to be dope for him. I really feel like that would be the nicest setup ever, though. Because I can only imagine what this rap sounds like. And then he's gonna go hit him with the knockout.
He is.
So
It's look, it's hard to say that because I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of both, but this is what Drake does. And you know what's so sad is this man has had to battle so many rappers. He's had to do this Meek, and then he's been involved in so many legendary beefs, plus his side beefs, plus the ones on the side, Rick Ross and Metro Boomin. And it's like people keep coming after him. This has to be the one where he says, "Do not bother me anymore. Forget about me being light skinned, half white, Canadian. Do not bother me anymore. I gave all you ninjas singles for the last 10 years. Leave me the F alone." And I think that whatever he comes out with next is going to make us say, all right, no, Drake is,
but
that boy ain't playing.
this is what I find interesting, Najadamas, is honestly when I remember listening to him, "This Me and You'll Never Hear Success," because I love that song with him and Trey Songz. "This Me and You'll
Yeah.
Never Hear
Never
Reply
hear a
for
reply
It."
for it.
This dude went from "This Me" to "Never Hear a Reply for It" to doing back to back to battling with Pusha T to battle. So it's just
Everybody swinging on him.
what, because I honestly sometimes like sometimes if you're not in that same, if you don't breathe the same air that that person breathes, I
Mhm.
wouldn't. Why are you responding? But because you gave life to it, now
Yeah,
it's like you almost have to every single time. But I
that's
kind
true.
of liked his energy before when he was like, "This me," because it's like, why would I waste? Why would I even waste my time with you peasants? I know what
Yeah,
I bring to the table. So
yeah.
I that's just my
So you don't
just a
think he
thought.
should?
Just when I hear it, because I'm gonna tell y'all now. Again, I have a hip hop playlist. I don't really listen to a lot of the newer stuff. I listen to the stuff that I like back in the day, and I
Yeah.
sit around and think about think about these lyrics and where
I
people are at right now. So that was one of my thoughts.
Do you think that because we both agree that Drake is cooking, we both agree on that.
Mhm.
Do you think that this is going to put Not Like Us to bed? Well, I don't think anything will ever put it to bed, but do you think that it could overcome he can overcome Not Like Us? even if it's not a big single to the world, but to the, to us hip hop heads or whatever. Do you think he can overcome Not Like Us, basically?
Oh, absolutely. So let me say the truth of the matter is, and this is, I guess, it's two different people, right? Two different audiences.
Yeah.
On the wide range, Not Like Us is going to blow up, especially because Kamala is using that as well.
Oh
She's
wow, I
using
didn't
the
know
song as
that.
well.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's not going
So
nowhere.
it's not going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
But lyrically, people have already, we already had this, I've had these discussions. It's just not, well,
It's
when
not
we
good
talk
at all
about like
lyrically.
our favorite
Yeah.
rap battle, yeah.
It's
And then, but
lyrically, yeah.
yeah, the hook is catchy.
The beat carried the whole song. The beat, the
Yeah,
fun, the horns, the hook carried the whole song. But you're right.
it's
Even
yeah.
even the way he said it even the way he said it didn't sound like he's been rapping for years. Like it didn't. I don't know. I agree with you. I
It's
agree.
not
Lyrically, it
Kendrick's.
wasn't.
It's not his best. That's what's crazy about it.
It's real
As far
elementary.
and then and also and Kendrick, I don't mean this as a diss because I do like you. I told y'all my ex, he always makes sure I'm up on all of Kendrick's music. If we don't talk about anything because we're two Libras and we both think we're right about everything in life. But he
Yeah.
will send me Kendrick music to make sure I'm up to date as a and being a supportive person.
Right.
So your rap style is a lot better, but it's crazy that one of your most popular songs is you putting down someone when you uplift when your music mostly uplifts people. It's just like a weird, to me it's just it's a contradictory image as well to who you are as a person, because yes, Drake is successful, but you and Drake are not, y'all are not the same. Only people I could actually like, Biggie and Pac, I get it.
Yeah.
Drake and y'all are not. You guys are in two different lanes, have your own levels of success, different places in life, and your most successful song is Not Like Us, and you diss this guy like 99 times and have for what? Like what? At the end of the day, what do either one of these people, what do they gain by beefing from each other? It's not no King of New York title like Nas and Jay.
Right.
So what is it?
Right.
What is it? What is it to gain?
You're gonna get in trouble for saying that was Kendrick Lamar's biggest song. You're gonna get in trouble for that.
I'm sure
The
Peter
Kendrick Hive is gonna come after you.
the Kendrick High, Peter gonna have this email ready for me. Oh, podcast.
You're gonna get in trouble
You
for
talk
that.
about my boy. Okay,
It's his longest lasting song, I feel like. I don't know. It's not his most. I don't know the numbers on the song, but y'all know what ILLGOD is trying to say when she say that's his most successful song. Y'all know exactly what she means. We don't mean don't go pull out numbers and say we gonna be all right. And no, y'all know what she means when she say that's his most hip hop, his most successful song. Because that
it's his
song,
most commercial song, and
it is his most commercial song.
let me make the distinction. Most commercial meaning is to the masses. I'm not saying most
Yeah,
successful song.
everybody.
Yeah, because and y'all know that that's the truth.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that is his most his. I think it's like he revived his career almost off of a diss track, and it's weird because he's talking about hey Drake, I heard you like them young. I like the song. It's some uncomfortable lyrics in there, and I'm like, kids be singing this, like it's just crazy. But I know Drake Drake let that song die down. He iced them. You can't come out with no more of those 20 tracks you had loaded. They're dated now. Now I'm coming back, and I think Drake got something. I think Drake's calculated. Kendrick's calculated lyrically, but Drake plays chess, and I think Drake is coming back out with something. I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat with the popcorn, waiting.
Oh, and I will say one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling, and this is the other thing with the allegations Kendrick made, because those were serious. Drake,
there's no proof.
There's no proof. There's even that one young lady that he kissed at the concert that said it wasn't even that deep. It wasn't low. Because how could he know what he's pulling up on the show? She's getting ready to be, and she's getting ready to be 18 like the next day.
Yeah.
And again, he's hung out with Jennifer Lopez and Tyra Banks. These women are much older than him.
I thought that was a big accusation.
He's more like Usher than what Kendrick accused him of. So yeah, I don't like that. Don't defame people, especially something like that, because that's a gross,
That's
disgusting.
disgusting. I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either. One of his diss tracks heavily focused on that too. And I thought that was a huge accusation with no proof. So I didn't like that Kendrick did that, because when that part came in the battle, that's when I was like, okay, enough is enough, because I love a good battle, but I didn't want to see their careers get ruined. You know what I'm saying? Only career I didn't mind getting ruined in a beef was Ja Rule, because I didn't like Ja Rule. So I didn't mind when 50 Cent ended his career. I never was a Ja Rule fan.
We're gonna come back
But
to we gotta come back to we have something else we gotta get to, but we got
let's
um,
go ahead and move on. So let us know, how do you feel about Drake's new music? Have you heard it? And then also let us know, do you think Drake is cooking up something? And if so, is it going to be good enough to tear down Not Like Us and make Not Like Us go away? Let us know right now. All right, what do we got next on the docket? Talk to me about your boy.
So first of all, I just want y'all to know this show seems biased because Nostradamus is from Detroit. We're always talking about the Detroit rappers all the time, but that's fine.
Who
So
from VA? We talked about Timberland last week, didn't we? Did we know? Okay.
wah wah. But Big Sean, he was recently talking about the pressures of having releasing his news release album. First of
Yeah, it's
all,
like third, fourth album, fifth
yeah,
album.
the last time he released a record, it was during COVID, and he was saying, ironically, he has COVID now. His album's coming out on Friday. He was planning a big album release and everything, but he was second guessing himself. He was really emotional over it. It goes back to like what we were talking about, that pressure with Lauryn Hill. Sometimes as an artist, you have to trust your gut and know that you gave your best, and he laid it out on the microphone. Unfortunately, when he released his new single, we were talking about it probably on our first podcast, it got overshadowed because this beef from Drake and
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar would not. It was kind of like, just not like us, was just happened to come out, and
Yeah.
it overshadowed it, which put doubt. I want to say his mother, he's been issues with his mom as well, so he
Yeah.
just mentally he wasn't in the best place, and he was
Yeah.
just, I guess he's thinking like, ooh, should I change it? Should I do it? But he did decide to trust his gut. He does feel good about the release, because sometimes you need that therapy. You just need to give it out just to see what people say. Because what someone might think is not a good album, it might be the
Yeah.
album to that person. I know there's a couple of artists who they talk about their albums like, oh, they're trash. And I'm like, no,
Eminem
really.
does that a lot. Yeah.
Voice of 5 9 does that. And
Yeah.
I
I What's the Bad Royce album? I love all Royce albums.
yeah, that's what that's that.
Book
But
of Ryan, so good.
that's what people do, and I want to say that he'll I want to keep him obviously in my thoughts and prayers. So I know the
Yeah.
pressure, but I don't think he should succumb to it. I don't think his girl does that. I just think she releases, she smokes some weed, releases her albums, and goes in the booth and calls it a day.
That's what you gotta do.
He puts a lot of pressure on himself. What are your thoughts on Big Sean? Are you excited about his album coming out on Friday, or what's going on?
Oh, so it is coming out Friday.
This
It is
coming out
Friday.
this
Okay.
Friday.
So we'll look
Better
to it.
me than you.
Better. I love that title. So I you just told me something that I didn't know, which is why I was looking at my phone, because I was kind of Googling it. So he had a single that came out around the beef. I thought it was a whole album. So just a single. Okay. And you're right, it got overshadowed by the beef, and Beyonce's album came out around that time as well. So it definitely got overshadowed. I remember him dropping new music, and it sounding good, but getting overshadowed. And I thought it was a whole album. And I was like, poor Big Sean. Um, Here's a hot take. I figured we would talk about this down the line. Whoever sees it, sees it. If not, we're going to bring it up again. I personally think that the big three should include Big Sean, and you can guess who I want to take out. Who do you think I'm taking out? The big three, because the big three right now is missing the real big three. I think the big three is Drake, Kendrick, and Big Sean. I do not think J. Cole should
J.
be in the big
Cole, you're
three.
taking him out?
Yes, I'm kicking Drake. Yes, please go J. Cole. Anybody who know me know that I with J.
I would
Cole.
do the
Like,
I would
What?
Look, I already know I'm gonna get an email now. I'm gonna get an email for
No,
sure.
listen, it's okay. I have been in rooms swinging on people. I have been like Beatrice Kiddo trying to fight everybody off of me when I tell people that I'm not a J. Cole fan. Like I respect J. Cole and he's great. And what I hate is it's hard to say that as a woman because people automatically think that I don't, oh, the music goes over your head. People automatically think that when you're a woman and you don't like the person that's conscious, right? It's not that. I don't think that J. Cole should be on the pedestal that he's on. I'm personally not a fan of his music, but I don't take away from any with his music. He's great. But I don't think he should be the big three. I think that it should be Big Sean, Drake, and Kendrick. That's my first hot take.
I like that hot take. I do
Okay.
like it because it's unique. Like I said, I don't disagree because I would take KL out because I will tell you I've
You would
listened.
take who out?
Listen, don't because
Who
that's
you'll
not
take out?
don't do it because it's not gonna be a DM. It's definitely gonna be an email. And this dude because especially because I love Twitter. My ex is a big Kung Fu Kenny fan, but
So you would take Kendrick out.
I 100%. I do like Drake. I like Drake enough where I like his music enough that it could stay. I
He
like
gotta stay. He's
I
been the
like
most consistent. Drake has to stay in the big three.
and I like J. Cole enough. There's a lot of songs that I like. I like the fact that he works with younger artists. He puts me on to people I never even thought of.
J. Cole?
Yeah, and I was in a song with him too. So that's why J.
Did he?
Cole.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
the song they had
made
together?
Nas proud because he
Yeah,
had
there
a
you
song
go.
called
There you
"Let
go.
Nas
Make
Down."
Nas. I'd let Nas. Okay. Boo.
And then Big Sean, definitely because in my playlist, I have a lot of Big Sean songs.
Yeah. He
He's
ran the early 2010s. He
he's
was that. Yeah. He
he's
ran the early 2010s for sure.
in his and also and it was just real quick. I don't, I know his mom had passed away, but if I think about his growth too, from ass, and
Whose mom passed away?
Big Sean's mom passed away.
His mom didn't pass away.
She said, yeah, hold on. Did not pass away because he said it was his guardian angel. Or maybe just, oh, no.
Because
Maybe not that she passed away, just that she didn't support him. I'm sorry.
okay, yeah, I would because he's close with his mom, and he said that his mom was
Yeah.
telling him to release the album or
Yeah.
something about.
I'm
Yeah, okay,
sorry about that.
okay.
But he, from the song I really didn't care for with him and Nicki Minaj to Marvin and Chardonnay with him and Kanye were just having fun with it to where he's
Those were
at
great
now.
songs. Ass, you didn't like Ass? That song was
This is not mine.
crazy, and he went crazy on that song. Both of them did.
I like the Marvin and Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not the one that goes for the. I don't go for what everyone. I'm just aware.
Yeah.
His growth as an artist, as a lyricist, is really, and who he developed with as a person. So, I'm excited that he has new music coming out. I will listen to it.
They say Drake stole his style too. I want to kind of. They say Drake actually stole, and but when I listen to early Drake, and he was rapping one way, and then you kind of get into, is it More Life? Maybe I don't know. You kind of get into a certain pocket, and it did sound kind of Big Seanish. It did. But you got to go back and do the research. But that's what they say. He kind of switches flow up like Big Sean, but whatever. Let me say this about Big Sean, because I like Big Sean. I'm a fan. I think he deserves to be in the big three. But again, when you take breaks, because the music industry moves so fast now, everything is so fast paced. It's like a stream that just keeps going. When you take those breaks, it feels like so fast you can become irrelevant. Like you just not know, like nobody's anticipating you anymore. You feel like almost like a moment in time, and your time is up, right? So it feels like if Big Sean comes out with a new album, I'm excited. I am. People will be excited, but like I don't know if he'll gain like new fans. I don't know if like everybody's sitting around waiting on the Big Sean album. Like I don't know, and it's not because he's horrible or anything like that, but it's just almost feel like because the movie industry moves so fast, it's just like I don't. It's just. What am I trying to say? I'm waiting on Big Sean's album. I can't wait to hear it, but I don't know if it's going to take off only because it almost feel like that wave, that ship has sailed almost. I know. Please don't ever.
No, but this is
Never
what I was
see
gonna
this.
say. At this point in his career, and I mean, that's definitely a debatable conversation. At this
Absolutely.
point in his career, should he be gaining new fans or should he just retain the fans that he's already had?
Most people don't gain new fans anyway. Eminem's
Yeah,
definitely not gaining new fans, so I get it. Yes, 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 yes.
yeah.
But
Because even like it's crazy, just like we were talking about earlier, like Rakim, right? No one, no one that's born in 2000 is going to go back to listen to
yeah,
Rakim.
of
Rakim is a great
course.
lyricist. I will still listen to I'm a Microphone Fiend, you know, and paid in full. I'm paid in full. I'll listen to it because I understand it, but
Yeah,
news gonna go back to it. Big Sean is at a point in his career where he just has to retain because he's not a new artist. So he just
he
has to
has to.
retain fans that he has, and even with his expectations, it's no longer like people used to say, "I'm going platinum in the day," or "I'm shipping most." That's not even the life that
That's not a
you
thing
live.
anymore.
It's how many streams you're gonna get. But again, those streams are gonna come from your fans anyway. That's
Yeah,
my opinion on
yeah.
it.
I feel like Big Sean he has to his whatever single this is, it has to be something where he's really drawing attention to the song. Unfortunately, it has to be something about him and his relationship, him and Janae. It has to be about his battles with, him in the album or depression or whatever. It seems like it has to be something that becomes a headline that says, Big Sean raps about such and such on new single, blah blah blah. Like it feels like it has to be something that draws us to the album. Because if you're like Big Sean just dropped the album, it's like, oh, that's dope. But it feels like it has to almost have a train or a trail or something that leads us to want to go hear it, which is sad because that's just the world we're in. But overall, to answer your question, yes, I am excited to hear a Big Sean new album. I am. I'm excited. What up, though, Detroit? Oh God,
Mhm.
like I can't wait to hear his album. I think he should be in the big three. I don't think it should be J. Cole. I get it. I know. But I don't know because he's taken so much time off. I don't know if it still holds the same weight that it did back when he was in his prime. I don't know, and I hate to say that because I want
Mm.
him on the show one day. But he's gonna be like,
Listen,
"Bitch, what you had to say about me?"
Big Sean's not gonna call you out your
I'm not
name.
coming on y'all raggedy ass show.
He's gonna come on our show. It's gonna be very professional. We'll have a studio by then. He can come and visit and give
I'm ex-
his hot
I'm
take.
excited. Yeah, and the
And
album's gonna do well too. I think that he's gonna be proud of his album for sure.
yes,
That's my prediction because I
so
want to speak it into existence.
you better speak it into existence for him.
I have to only speak good things.
You know what? This is your favorite person that you like. And you said for your female rappers.
My homegirl Glorilla.
Yes,
That's my girl, Glorilla. I love Glorilla.
everyone is dropping music left and right, which is very exciting because like everyone, one thing I can say, I'm excited everyone's in the booth and they're excited about their music.
Yeah.
So she did a preview of her music for her fans,
Mm-hmm.
but in it she used a word that is no longer socially acceptable. So can you,
Yeah.
and then she
Yeah.
changed the word to naughty. And actually to
Yeah.
tell you the truth, when she changed the word and it like this, basically that word doesn't have a meaning. I think you assign meanings to words to give them more
Yeah.
power.
Oh
But when she
yeah.
changed it to
Yeah.
naughty instead of what she said, it still sounds better. It still sounds clear. But
Yeah.
people were praising her because but this is what I'm going to say. People are so image conscious because Lizzo used the same word, Beyonce had used the word, and they had to both remove it off the album.
Yeah.
I think your girl got ahead of it for a career, like just to make sure her career
Yeah.
stays on track.
Of
And is
course.
and not to be, I guess, not to have that controversy or that heat
Don't
that
get canceled.
that
I don't.
everybody
I
else.
don't. I don't. Yeah. Um. Okay. Was that in the hook? Was that song in the
She
hook?
wasn't even in the hook.
It
That's the
wasn't in the
crazy
hook.
thing. Her and her girls at the R word. And so then she said, "Me and my girls are coming in acting naughty."
Okay. Well, Glorilla, good for you for changing it. And good, you know what? I will say this because a lot of these rappers just be running off at the mouth, and they get on live and they double down on what they said. So at least she didn't get on live and say, hey, listen, y'all know what I was talking about. Y'all know I say what like, at least she was like, you know what, let me just change it. I'm sorry, I was being insensitive. Let me just change it. So that's nice that she changed it. And you're right. Words have so many different meanings. When she said it, it wasn't literal. You know what I'm saying? Like the F word, when Eminem used to say it, it didn't mean that. So words have different meanings, especially when you're from the hood. We say things. You acting this, you acting R. Stop acting R. It doesn't have that same meaning. So I get it. Shout out to Glorilla for changing those words, though.
Definitely shout out to her. But the other thing is, the difference is people that have a mentally disabled. That's exactly what they are. Saying that word just means they're acting out of pocket.
Acting crazy, right? Acting out of pocket, like we acting stupid. And so it's nuance, I guess. I mean, well, maybe not, because I'm not saying that those people act crazy or stupid. So
See,
right. So
that's what I'm saying. Two different things.
Yeah, I saw she did the right thing. Just change it. I mean, we're in a time and space where you have to be really sensitive to what you say, because there's so many different groups that will take offense, and every group has the right to get offended, because again, that's the time and space that we're in, right? We're in a new time and space. So she did the right thing. Take the word out, change it to naughty. The show will go on. Shout out to Glorilla. It's my girl.
And I'm going to shout her out because I've been complaining for 99 episodes about people not dancing.
Not dancing?
Yeah, you know what she was doing in her video when she was rapping her lyrics?
Yeah.
She's dancing. She had a little belly showing like Aaliyah. She was getting it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to shut up. You're having fun, and it's hip hop, and I love it. So shout out to you. Oh. Ooh, do we have another? Do you got somebody else coming out with new music?
Last. We have your homeboy, your favorite rapper of all time. I think you said he was on your Mount Rushmore last week. Juicy J. Juicy J. You say that. What is it? Juicy J say no. You say no to Ratchet. Juicy J can't. That's how it is. Shout out to Juicy J for putting out a jazz album. Have you heard it? What say you?
So I have heard a little bit of it. I haven't heard the whole thing, but I will say he's not my favorite rapper. I'm gonna tell you, he's my aunt. Like, she's not here no more. But 3 6 Mafia is her thing, not mine. Never was my thing. But I will say this album might be my thing. So what's like a throwback, but what's unique to this time is he uses a lot of jazz. He has jazz musicians on there. It's socially conscious. Wow. He's talking about relevant, and it's almost like it's grown up hip hop, like what we were talking about before. It reminds me of the Jazzmatize series that Gangstar did when they were just not Gangstar. I'm sorry, Guru did, where he was just using a lot of jazz beats and a lot of jazz samples, jazz musicians to get his point across. It's not like break beats. This is like smooth, it's mellow, but it's still hard because its lyrics are different. I'm not 100% familiar with all of 3 6 Mafia. I'm not listen. Shoot the messenger if you want to.
Again, you get a pass.
Just not my thing. But I will say, we're talking about getting new fans or gaining new fans. He's definitely kind of got me on his side.
There you go.
This is kind of like, that's my lane. That's what I like to listen to. Are you going to listen to it, or what? Or is this something?
I'm hiring new music right now, so I'm going to listen to it. I just need something new. I do. And so why not listen to it? Imagine, sitting down, drinking a glass of wine, listening to Juicy J jazz album. Like, what a world that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll both listen to it maybe, and we'll review it on the next pod. Juicy J's jazz album. We'll definitely do that. And I wanted to say the reason why you get a pass for Juicy for not being a 3 6 Mafia fan is because I wasn't on the 3 6 Mafia wave either, because back in those days you either listen to Bone or you listen to 3 6 Mafia, and I was definitely 110% team Bone, and I did not like 3 6 Mafia because they were beefing with Bone. You beef with Bone, you beef with me. You know what I'm saying? So I missed out on a lot of the 3 6 Mafia wave, which we're going to talk about that in another podcast because it's really important. When I do my apology tour,
we have to do these beefs because I didn't know this. So this is gonna be a complete sidebar. So apologize, audience. So when I think of Bone, I always think of Crucial Conflict. Hey, in the middle of, and I always think like they would be. I would never have thought 3-6 Mafia and Bones beefing. This is like
They
my
beef for Crucial Conflict too. They
okay.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, there's references to Crucial Conflict in Bones Art of War album. So they were beefing with both because everybody came out after Bone trying to rap fast. So there you go. Yeah.
We have to do that. There's a whole wave, and it's so sorry because I was thinking about like Onyx, and I was thinking about Daz, like
Yeah.
futuristic. Like there's a wave of artists that all sounded similar
And you get them mixed
at the
up.
time,
Yeah.
and you can, and that's the same like this. So especially with you being a big Bones fan, I want to know the ins and outs and what was going on in the records, and
With Bone
yeah,
and beefing out with 3-6 Mafia.
yeah, I
I
want to know.
mean, I went to that Versus when Bone
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was one of the greatest nights of my life. But yeah, it was I was a diehard Bone fan. I'm still a diehard Bone fan. I'm walking down the aisle to Bone when I get married. But no, I'm still a Bone fan, and it was just like 3-6 Mafia. I missed that whole wave because I was so saturated with Bone. And Bone dissed 3-6 Mafia. They went back and forth. They had their beef. They're friends now, but I missed that whole 3-6 Mafia wave, and that's it. And then I don't want to say Bone faded out, but 3-6 Mafia stayed a little bit more relevant longer because they started mixing in with Big Bun, and they were doing the Internationals player anthem. They're on that one. Like so their music it kind of stayed a little bit more. It was, and even at the verses, like their show was different from Bones because Bone music did not land as well as 3-6 Mafia because 3-6 Mafia had those club hits, they had those bangers, but Bone had a little bit of slower music. So even though we was still having a good time, I know at home it translated differently. So and also to that did you hear Juicy J? He was on whose podcast was it? I forgot who it was, but he said that he gets paid off 90% of the artists out right now because they all sample 3-6 Mafia's music. So he said
Yeah.
most of the music that you hear today on the radio is a 3-6 Mafia sample.
Wow.
90% is a bit extreme, maybe 40%, 90% is a bit extreme, but that's what he said. He said he's eating off most of the music on the radio because it's all 3-6 Mafia samples, which is
Listen,
somewhat true, some truth to it.
I love that for him. I
Yeah,
love that
a
for
lot of
him
people do sample 3-6 Mafia.
because this is again opinion. Nobody asked for it. I'm gonna throw it in the middle of the thing because I forgot to give it to Nostradamus when we started our podcast.
Yeah.
So recently, Dr. Umar or whatever, however you say his name, Umar,
Yeah,
he
Umar,
said
Dr. Umar.
that hip hop doesn't do nothing for the community. It's been
I
around
saw
for
that.
years. So let me
I
tell you
saw
this,
that.
Dr. Umar. Not going to be quite serious. Number one, when it comes to other genres, no one questions what they do for their music. Number two, hip hop has done so much for the community. We have billionaires because of hip hop. We have entrepreneurs because of hip hop. We have people that stopped selling dope and found a different way of life. We have another way for people to dream. I am a girl from the suburbs. I did not know nothing about the inner city life, but thank God for hip hop to give to so I can understand a perspective of somebody else growing up differently. Hip hop brings people together. I was on a plane ride from London talking to somebody from London coming to Washington, D.C., and we're sitting here talking about Wu-Tang Clan. And
Wow.
this gentleman was probably 52 years old, and he's telling me about, and he was a white gentleman, so just so you know, because you have such an issue with skin color and all this other stuff. He was telling me about London hip hop artists, what he likes to listen to. So if anything, hip hop will unifies people like that. Music
Yeah, it
brings the
does.
world together, and for
It
you to
does.
question the contributions of hip hop, you need to check yourself because
Oh,
you talk reckless a lot.
Dr. Umar, the opinions stated of mostly hip hop podcasts are not directly those of mostly hip hop podcasts.
But it
That's
is
still God's
recognized
opinion.
goddess, and you can come at me if you want to.
So listen, he did
Sorry.
say that. I understand both perspectives. I understand what he meant directly, but I also understand like, nah, like I'm on a podcast right now talking about hip hop. So hip hop has done something, but I get what he's saying. How has it elevated us as Black people? I get that's what he's saying, but what has it done for Black individually? Yes, it has done a lot for me. It's all I've ever wanted to be a part of. So I get what you're saying, and I also get what he's saying. But Dr. Umar, shout out to Dr. Umar. No,
Mm, mm,
he stand for black women. He love black women. You don't care about that.
no, hey, let me tell you,
No, that.
they got the videos with homeboy. Whatever he say, he's selling y'all an image. And that's all I'm gonna
Oh
say.
no. Well,
All right, I'm over it. I'm over it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get
Listen, you
into
talk about my
wrapping this up.
husband, we got some problems, as y'all see.
Do not talk about her husband. We don't want no
Talk
problems.
about
No
hip hop.
problems. Do not talk about hip hop. Yeah. I mean I like I said, I get what he was saying, but that's a bold statement. It's 100% a bold statement, but I get where he's coming from because I just know how his mind thinks. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's go ahead and get into your Tubi picks for the
Oh,
week, or your pick for the week. May not necessarily be
that's
Tubi.
So again, I think I told y'all last episode, you gotta watch Bel Air. So on Peacock, there is a free subscription available. I'm pretty sure like a trial subscription because they just had a successful run with Love Island. If not,
Okay.
y'all might put me in the comments. I might see what we can do. See if we can get Peacock to hook us up because Bel Air is back. The third season is better than ever. One thing
is it now? Are you going to talk about it? Because I'm going to remove my headphones.
I'm going to talk in general because you had asked me a question last week. No. Put your headphones on.
Okay.
You had asked me a question last week of what show would I want people to bring back before I
get
into
Yes.
I thought about this long and hard, and y'all don't take my idea. I wanted the Cosbys to come back, but I wanted it to be Rudy and her husband and her family, and then Bud lives next door to her.
She didn't marry Bud.
She does marry Bud. Bud married somebody else, but they're doing this thing called life together as best friends should. And
I love that.
They're raising their kids in modern day Brooklyn that's being gentrified. So I kind of
that's awesome.
That's kind of
that.
my idea. That's what I would like to have back, and don't have to have nothing with whatever the person Bill Cosby did, but it's more like what Dr. Huxtable.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that. That's a great idea. It comes back. I love the idea of her and Bud living side by side. They'll have that male-female duo, but they're not in a relationship, so they can kind of go back and forth, and it has that comedy. I absolutely love that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
I'll be cooking. And then season 3, Bel Air is out. Y'all gotta watch it. You guys have to watch it because I want to review it. I'll just do brief synopsis of the first 3 episodes, like a little teaser for y'all to watch it.
Yeah.
Carlton is trying to get
Go ahead.
He's trying to get clean and sober. Oh, your mic is micing. He's trying to get clean and sober. Will has to really make a decision between Lisa and Jackie. And also his dad comes back, which I get deeper into that show, but I have issues with that, especially with my personal father. And then also Carlton, for the first time in his life, he has to get a real job. So the first 3 episodes were really, really dope. And I can't wait to see where the season goes. You can come back now.
I heard you say you could come back.
Yeah.
This is why I can't listen. If you say one word, I will figure out the whole season. I get on my family's nerves with this. I get it because I wish I didn't have that. It's the gift and the curse. But all you have to do is make a face, and I can figure out the entire season. And I again, it's a gift and a curse. That's why I don't watch movie previews when I'm in the theater. If it's 10 seconds of the movie and I think, oh, I want to see this, I close my eyes. And they showed the Beetlejuice trailer the other day at the theater. I had to close my eyes because I will figure out the whole movie off the previews, off the first 30 seconds. So if you tell me Carlton is doing this, I'm going to know exactly where they're going with the whole season. And then I'm going to be like, this is going to happen. I'm a damn time traveler. You already know.
Yeah, Nostradamus. Well, you watched season 2. You watched season 2 already, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I just like the extra character development they put on it, because a lot of times in sitcoms, when he was having that issue with the speed, you have the issue with the speed, you talk about it, and then it's over and it's resolved.
Yeah.
The way that Bel Air is it's real life. I mean,
they're highlighting a lot of those.
It's real life, but it's not even like 90210-ish, which is one of my favorite shows. It's like real life. Oh yeah, I love.
That was your show.
Listen, I love Saved by the Bell too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, I love Saved by the Bell. I'll fight for Saved by the Bell. Oh yeah, Saved by the Bell was. I let my daughter binge that. She loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's
I let
just
her binge like certain 90 shows and she fall in love with them.
it's just such a good, oh goodness, it's such a good show. Well, I know this is my favorite part of the show because
Yes.
last week you gave your roses to Luke, and next thing you know, Luke was talking about, I heard that I need some roses. I need more than roses. I need to get paid. So who
Isn't
you
that
got
something? Isn't that
to
something? Okay, well, really quickly, I want to ask you this: do you know where I can stream Saved by the Bell? Because it's not on Peacock anymore. I don't think it was on
Oh,
Peacock. It's not on Netflix.
yes.
But if you find out, let me know. We can talk
I
about
do
that
know,
offline. Okay.
just for everyone, Amazon, they have that freebie. It doesn't cost anything. So if you don't have Amazon Prime, you
Yep.
can download free
Freebie. Oh, Freebie.
FREEBEE, and they have all the Saved by the Bells. Actually, they have
Okay.
all of them. Favorite show, also one of my favorite shows.
Me too.
I love that about growing up in the 80s, which you asked about. I
Saved
love
by
it.
the Bell is so good. Saved by the Bell is so good. And then the summer Malibu Beach Club ones, like my sister lives in California now and she worked at a place called Malibu Beach Club. I was like, oh my God, this is definitely where this is definitely where Zach and them spent the summer. But okay, all right. So let's get off of that. So it's time for my rose. Now I don't know. There can't really be too much of a prediction on this, but I do want to say this week my rose is going to the late great Aaliyah Dana Hawson. Okay, I'm giving my rose to Aaliyah because um her death date was August 25th. So I do want to acknowledge. I usually don't acknowledge death days. I only do birthdays, but because her passing was the 25th, I want to acknowledge that. The reason why I'm giving my rose to Aaliyah, even though she's not a hip hop artist, but her fashion sense, which is really that's what I'm highlighting today, her fashion sense, because her fashion was so hip hop, like the baggy jeans, the sports bra, the bandana. Like Aaliyah had such a hip hop look, and on her very first album, she had a hip hop. Well, it was more so R&B, but she definitely had like a lot of hip hop inspiration on some of her songs. On her second album with Timberland, lots of hip hop inspiration. So I wanted to just give her roses. She'll more than likely get a whole episode as the podcast progresses. But I wanted to highlight Aaliyah today because she definitely shaped the way I looked and dressed in the 90s. I'm still halfway inspired by her. I still do the long hair and the red lipstick. I never grew out of that. I feel like her style was just unmatched. Um, we were able to see her grow into, her style change, and she got a little bit more soft, a little bit more feminine. And I just felt like she definitely deserved her roses. She was so great during that time. She had such a angelic voice, really nice, really sweet. One in a Million is one of one of the I say one of the dopest beats of all time. I mean, if we're doing top 100, that's definitely in there. One in a Million, that beat alone. So not necessarily a hip hop artist, but another person from Detroit. You know, her fashion sense is really what I'm displaying. So I just wanted to give Aaliyah her roses because again, I'm celebrating her life. She passed away on August 25th. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2001. So shout out to baby girl Aaliyah. We will always love you.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, Aaliyah, I don't like a lot of R&B, as I always tell you.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta talk. We have a conversation about samples later. But Aaliyah was one of those artists I resonated with, because even though I feel like she was hip
Mm-hmm.
hop, I guess is what I'll
Yeah.
say, hip hop.
Yeah.
Especially with her work with Timberland, she's on some classic hooks. I wonder if her taking home
Yeah.
the Junior Mafia, and her voice just hits. And then of course she was in Romeo Must Die. Come back
Yeah.
in one piece with her and DMX.
Right.
That's a classic right there.
Yeah.
So while she's not quote unquote, she's but mostly hip hop. She's
She
exactly what
exactly.
we embody.
Exactly.
And her style, her last album, this self-titled one. I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry.
Don't cry.
It meant a lot to me because,
Yeah.
like you said, her growth, and I really love. We Need a Resolution. It gets slept on, but when you were saying One of the Million is like one of the best beats,
Yeah.
We Need a Resolution.
We need a
Holla, you
resolution.
give me
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
We need
that
a
is a
resolution.
top
Yeah.
tier in her dance moves. top tier.
Yeah.
Definitely, she, like I said, she really, that's a good person to give your flowers to, because I feel like she embodies exactly what our podcast is, but
Yeah,
mostly.
100%, but mostly hip hop. And I love how you acknowledge that she wasn't a hip hop artist, but she was hip hop because she was on so many great hip hop songs. She did a song with your boy, right? You won't
Oh
see
yeah,
me tonight.
tonight
You won't
you
see me tomorrow. Yeah. So,
I'll be gone by
yeah.
daylight.
Y- And yeah, she did a lot of great hip hop songs. And that song with DMX, you're right, that's a classic. She used to roll with Biggie and Little Kim, and like she was just in that time and space. She was like and again, she just embodied so much hip hop. So yeah, I just wanted to give my rose to her. I love Aaliyah. I love me some
Yeah,
Aaliyah. Yes.
I love her. I love her. I love her. I love
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure that you are reaching out to us. The podcast is the email is NodjaNicole, NodjaNicole at gmail.com. I'll put that in the description. I think I always say that, but I don't think I ever put it in the description. Okay, I'm going to put it in the description this time. Or you could just comment. Make sure that you comment on your Mount Rushmore and the other topics, the Drake topic. Let me know what you think about Drake. ILLGOD, what are your last words?
As always, trust your dopeness. Be dope to yourself, but you gotta be dope to other people too. You can't bow around here. Keep your dopeness to yourself. Also, watching on YouTube and you got this far, you gotta like, you gotta comment, you gotta subscribe, and you gotta tell a friend to tell a friend.
Please
Okay.
do. We just trying to make this pod work. If you watch the video, if you made it this far, like she said, if you made it this far, there's no way you can walk out of here without liking. You got to rub the wood, like Kiki Shepherd. You got to rub the wood for good luck. You have to sign our guest book. You cannot just walk out of here if you're this far in the podcast. Even if you skipped, that's fine. Like, comment, subscribe. The algorithms love that. We are up against the machine. We out. We'll see you guys next week. Let us know what y'all want to hear more of. Peace. Oh, it's still recording.